Greetings, everyone. This is Ascending Energy, of course, coming to you once again for another episode of Awakening and Awareness. Maybe I should start naming my episodes, or start doing episodes. Later video. What I wanted to come and discuss in this video in particular is a topic that a lot of people are speculating about. A lot of people are connecting with fear about. A lot of people are, writing up articles without any understandable knowledge about. Putting out information that they think is what's going to happen, which is, pure speculation. So I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about it. And that topic is the global financial reset. And to give you an understanding of what exactly that means, basically the way that I understand it, now I'm going to put a disclaimer right here at the beginning of the video. I'm not in any way a guru or an expert or a banking industry employee, of any kind or anything like that. This is just information that I have come across, that I am familiar with, that feels right to me, that I have done research on, and that I have read about in articles that are verifiable and make sense, and I can trace back to their origin. And I will actually put an article with all of this information in it on the description of this video that you guys can do your own research on and find out more information on your own. So, basically, the way that I understand the global financial reset and what that means is like this. For those of you that don't know, from about the year 1913, we have been under, especially here in the United States, really the world actually, but especially in the United States, we have been under a rule of an illusory fiat-based money system, which, if you don't know what fiat-based money system is, it's basically a system that the bankers created, which they which they can print money out of thin air. Okay, so now that you know that, what a fiat system is, the United States Treasury, which is actually the department that should be in charge of printing our country's money and in charge of issuing asset-backed notes, but is not currently, which I think is going to change once this reset happens. But the way that it is now is the Federal Reserve, which is not, and I repeat, which is not a federal entity at all whatsoever. It is a privately owned organization. And you can do research on this and find out for yourself that the Federal Reserve is not a government organization. It is a privately owned business. So there's that. So basically, the bankers since 1913 have been forcing this system upon us. And again, the way that I understand it, since that time, or since shortly after that time, there was a group of individuals, a group of families. One that I know of for sure is the Dragon family from China, which goes back many, many centuries. And amongst other families, wanted to, reset the system back then. They wanted to take away the power of the cabal, if you want to call it that, the bankers, the Illuminati, whatever word you want to use, the ones who run the banking system now, which inherently, for all practical purposes, runs the world. These families wanted to take away the power of these elite bankers back then, but they didn't have the means in order to do so. The way that I understand it now is that there has been movement towards this, and is going to happen very soon, thanks to those families and their ability to take away the power of the Fed. And again, how I understand, according to the research that I've done, this is going to unfold is once the reset happens, and nobody really knows when this is going to happen. But once it does happen, all debt will be forgiven. All debt will be erased across the board, because the debt-based system that we're using right now is based on an illusion. There's nothing that supports it at all whatsoever. So all debt will be erased. All currencies across the planet will be re-evaluated. That means that the U.S. dollar, the pound in Europe, the yen in China, I think, or wherever the yen is, all of these currencies, all of these worldwide currencies will be re-evaluated. And what that means is that the money will, how can I say this? The money that we use will be either go up or down in value according to the assets that we have backing it. So, which I think is going to be gold. That's the word supposedly that is going around once this reset happens. Is all the currency on the planet will be asset backed, which in the United States will be the gold backed currency. What else? So there's going to be debt forgiveness, the reevaluation of the monetary, of the money, of the money notes, taxes. This is something else that Ron Paul has spoken to, and you can look this up on your own as well. But the IRS, in and of itself, again, is not a government agency. It was hired by the government to do tax collections. So again, once this reset happens, and again, the way that I understand it, all taxes that were taken from us, the working people, as income tax, will not be the way it's going to be anymore, because income tax in and of itself is illegal according to the Constitution of the United States. And that's another video all by itself. I'm not going to get into that right now. But according to what I understand, that is going to happen. So, no more debt, reevaluation of the currency, no more taxes, no more income taxes anyway. And those are the three major things that I know of for sure that are supposed to happen with this global currency reset. Now, there are currencies that are being sold right now that are supposedly, once this happens, are going to be revalued at a higher rate. And there is some information to back that up, but I don't know exactly 100% for sure. So please don't say that, hey, Ascending Energy said this, so I'm going to go do this, because I don't know about this at all. I have some friends who have invested in one of these currencies, and supposedly it is supposed to revalue at a very high rate compared to what it is right now, once the reset happens. But I don't know about that at all. I have done a little bit of research on it, and I've seen certain events happen that kind of back that up, but I'm not sure if anything is going to happen with that or not. And some of you probably know which specific currency I'm talking about, but I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not a guru. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not a guru. I'm not an expert. I'm not a banker or an employee or anything like that. I am just an individual who has done research and sharing this information with all of my people that follow me, in order to make you aware of what is going on and give you the opportunity to go through this without being in a fear-based place. That's something else I want to speak to, because, a lot of people, when they see this, they're like, oh my God, the world's going to end. We're not going to have any money. What's going to happen? I don't know what to do. I'm going to die. And that's not how it's going to be at all. The global financial reset, the only thing that it means is that the entire financial system is going to be reset back to what it's supposed to be, before the bankers got their greedy effing hands on the system and messed it all up. So it's going to be reset back to the way that it's supposed to be. Everything is equal across the board. Will that cause, a little bit of chaos for those who have a lot of money? Maybe. Will that cause any chaos for those who don't have a lot of money? No. Because the way that I understand it, again, according to the research that I've done, those, who are in the working class group will benefit from this, because the monetary system will be more evenly distributed across the board. In other words, all the money in the world will be equally distributed throughout, for everyone. I think, according to some of the research that I've done. Again, I don't know if that's for sure, absolutely positively the way it's going to work, or if that's just, someone writing up an article and posting up their opinion about it. I don't know. But that's what I've heard, that's what I've seen, that's what I've read. So, again, I will post links to some information about the articles that I've read, and then you can do your own research and decide for yourself, and go from there. And that's really about all I wanted to speak to on this video. Again, this is not something to be in fear about. I invite everyone who watches this to be in a place of openness and acceptance and just allow this to settle in. Because it's not anything to be up in arms about. It's just part of the natural process that needs to happen in order for us to get back to the way that we're supposed to be as far as the financial system goes. So, yeah, that feels complete. And welcome to the new earth. And this is going to happen, sometime here in the next little while. Is according to some of the groups and some of the stuff that I see and pay attention to, it should have already happened. But I'm sure that you understand that as the people that want to do this do it, it has to be exactly done in a specific way so the system doesn't get all jacked up. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to dot all their I's and cross all their T's before they push the button, the proverbial button. So this can happen without too much of anything going on. There you go. And as far, no, I'm not going to speak to that. Just know that everything is on track and everything is going to unfold exactly as it needs to in divine timing, which is perfect. And everything will be beautiful and wonderful, and the only way that you as an individual will experience any chaos is if you focus on being in fear. That's the only way that you can create that as we go through this shift. So I submit this to you for your own research, for your own edification, for your own knowledge of the world that we're moving into. And again, I will put links so you can do your own research. This is Ascending Energy wishing you well in love, peace, and balance. Namaste.